I'm cute.
And I'm crazy.
So we wanted to do a color vlog, but we talked about everything.
We talked about everything in our last video.
Mm-hmm. So
we're on a random conversation starting website,
which is actually really cool. So we're just gonna be coloring and just basically doing this random question generator thing and answering in our own little way of why we would do it or why not, and we're just gonna have fun.
Trying to find a page I want to color real quick, but we can talk while I'm trying to find a page.
Dobby, wait till you find a page to color.
We can talk.
You can talk?
Yeah, because otherwise you'd just be randomly watching and you look for a page to color.
Okay. So, I actually need to find the marker I was using. So this question is, if you were the opposite gender for one day, what would you do? Well, first I'd measure my dick. Soft and hard.
Well, that's too obvious.
What, that you would just measure your penis?
I would. What would I do if I were a man for a day?
I think I'm missing a mark. Nope.
If I were a different gender for a day, you would look entirely different from what you look like now, obviously. So, I would use it as an opportunity to commit all of the murders that I want to commit, but I can't because that would get me in jail.
So what if you get caught?
Well, then, once you turn into the different gender, they'd see you in the cell and be like, what the fuck? And then they'd let you go because you look entirely different as a woman.
Okay.
Because they'd be like, why is there suddenly a woman in this jail cell instead of a man?
And I would also screw every single girl that I can't screw as a girl.
Pretty sure she's talking about me.
What is the last thing you do before you go to sleep? I get ready for bed?
I shower right before bed. Because usually I like sleeping with my hair wet.
I usually like showering before I get ready for something so my hair doesn't feel too greasy. But at the same time, it's like I usually just get ready for bed. That's pretty much it.
You know what? I'll color Hermione.
Go for it. What is your favorite song of all time? Oh, hell.
Favorite song of all time.
Needs to look at music. This is where I just pick my favorite.
Right now, it's Power by Little Mix. Because of the line that I don't think is okay to say out loud.
So, favorite song of all time?
Favorite song of all time is Power by Little Mix.
Mine right now? Probably Soap by Melanie Martinez. So. What is one thing you would change about yourself? Oh, Lord.
One thing I would change about myself.
Yeah, because, I mean, you could change, like, one thing or you could change everything. I mean, if I were to change one thing, it would probably be my eye color.
I would make my hair naturally grow blue out of my head so that I could tell my boss, STFU, this is my natural hair color.
Sounds awesome.
I would give myself Nymphadora Tonks' power and be able to change something at the drop of a thought.
That'd be cool. Would you rather have summer weather or winter weather all year round? So would you rather be hot or cold all year round?
I like summer, so I'd rather have summer weather.
Same here, like.
But then we'd be in a drought for permanently.
True. So,
I still would rather have summer weather, because you can't go to the beach if it's winter weather.
Truth. If you could be any celebrity, who would it be? I would want to be Helena Bonham Carter, because Tim Burton movies.
I would want to be Hermione Granger.
You mean Emma Watson?
Yes, she is a Technically, Hermione Granger is a celebrity in the Wizarding world, so she's still a celebrity. And if I'm Hermione Granger, I have magic. So I would want to be Hermione Granger. Look at me, rationalizing that. I don't want to be the actor, I want to be the character.
What is your earliest memory? Actually, people cannot believe that I remember this. I was 1.5 years old, and we were in Mexico. I was 1.5 years old, and we were in Mexico. And we were going to ride this Ferris wheel, and it was obviously in a ghetto neighborhood. So we were in line, and this idiot from the top of the Ferris wheel threw down a tin can, and it hit me square in the forehead. I had a bump about yay big for about a week.
How do you remember that?
'Cause it hurt like a bitch.
My earliest memory is that I was going to ask Mandy if she wanted pancakes for breakfast this morning.
What?
I'm just kidding. Shit. I vaguely remember meeting a famous basketball player when I was like 4 or 5. Don't remember the guy's name, so don't ask me what his name was. But I vaguely remember that I met a famous basketball player.
If you could choose any era to live in, what would it be? I always wanted to live in the Renaissance. No specific reason. I've just wanted to live in the Renaissance era.
Maybe the 80s.
Oh, well, if we're talking decades, yeah, 80s. I'd rather be punk in the 80s, but still Renaissance era for sure.
The Renaissance would be fun.
If you had to give yourself a new name, what would you pick? Well, if we're talking a full name, I haven't thought about this in years. I've been given numerous amount of nicknames, so thanks to my boyfriend, I've kind of conjured up this name. Jacqueline Adriana Skellingtine. And I thought it was gorgeous.
If I had to give myself a new name, I don't know. I've always liked the name Ashley.
Ashley?
Yeah.
That's cool. That's cool. What are some things that you shouldn't say during a marriage proposal?
Fuck.
Oops, wrong size. Shit, I lost the ring. This was all my life savings.
You're not the woman I wanted to marry, but you're second best, so it'll do.
I've always thought of you like a sister. You remind me of my mother.
Oh my god. Yeah, if a guy said that to me, I'd be like,
No.
fucking no.
Do you have any pets? Yes, we do.
I have 2 pets, a Pop-Pop and a Meow Meow.
What are Pop-Pop and Meow Meow's names?
Onyx and Juliet.
Meanwhile, my pets. I have a Meow Meow. Or no, not a Meow Meow. I have a Puppers. I have a gecko. And a cockroach.
A roach that lives in her cock.
No! I have a Madagascar hissing cockroach, and they're very docile. My dog's name is Roxy, and she just turned 8. Geico is a leopard print gecko, and leopard crested gecko, and he is, I got him December of my freshman year, so sophomore, junior, senior. So he's 4. He's only 4, my baby. We call him Stumpy now because he lost his tail. And then Shadow is only a couple months old. He's still a baby. What would you do differently if you could relive the past year?
If I could relive the past year, I would not have applied for a job at Stater Brothers.
I would have made my job at Target. I would have made my schedule at Target a lot more clear. What do you usually eat in the morning? Nah! Nah! Ha!
I don't eat until like noon,
Oh, but same.
so nothing in the morning.
What would motivate you to run a marathon? What would motivate me to get out of bed is the question.
What would motivate me to run a marathon?
If
I were
Tim Burton, Chris Sarandon, Danny Elfman, and yeah, if those 3 were at the finish line, then I'd run a marathon.
Someone were threatening me with a chainsaw the entire time.
Kayla, you better run the marathon. If there was an extra hour every day, what would you do with it?
Sleep.
This.
Literally this.
This. What is the best thing about living in your city? I know where everything is.
I literally can walk to everything. I can walk to the movie theater. I can walk to the subway. I can walk
To the
to
Starbucks.
the Starbucks.
I like where I live and I'm sad that I'm moving.
I'm sad that you're moving too, biatch.
But at least I'm not moving far. Apparently we're moving into like a mobile home.
What?
And apparently it's not that bad.
Really?
Yeah. What is your favorite store in the mall? Hot Topic.
C.
Or Box Lunch?
Yes.
Yes. If we're talking clothing store, Papaya.
Yes.
Would you rather have a grapefruit-sized head or a head the size of a watermelon? So would you rather look like Stewie or Beetlejuice when they shrunk his head, even though it's a little bit smaller than a grapefruit?
That's a good question.
I would probably rather have a grapefruit-sized head. That way I can still fit my head into the clothing that I actually like wearing.
Yeah. It's bad enough you can't fit your ass into things.
Yeah. If you knew you only had 24 hours left to live, what would you do? Get laid by my boyfriend. Probably get married to my boyfriend. And move in with my boyfriend.
Wow.
And then screw her.
I am straight.
I don't care. I have 24 hours to live. This is what I'm doing. What would you do?
If I only had 24 hours left to live, I would commit all of the murders that I've been wanting to commit but can't because they're illegal. Because if I only have 24 hours left to live, then who cares if I get caught and go to jail? Right?
That's certainly one way to look at it. Describe your perfect man/woman. My boyfriend. My best friend.
Pretty much same.
How many email addresses do you have? 3. I have one that I created when I was 12. I had one that I created when I was 14. And then I had one I created last year.
I have like 3.
Do you believe in an afterlife? Yes, I do.
Si, senor.
I kind of have no choice. If you could try out any job for 1 week, what would you do? What job would you choose to try? Acting.
I would try singing.
I would honestly want to go to freaking, like, BBC and step in front of them and say, put me on a show. Or CW.
I would be a famous singer for a week.
But see, within that week, you could get discovered.
Yeah.
And you could be like, hey, they could be like, hey, we want you. And you could be like, great. What is the longest amount of time that you've slept for? 15 hours.
Same. Roughly.
Roughly. Are you a giver or a taker? I am a giver. A hardcore giver. Like, I get pissed when people pay for me.
She's too nice to take things from anybody.
What is your favorite thing about summer? My body. In a bikini. At the beach.
Yes.
I have issues. What's better, having high expectations or having low expectations? I'd say half and half. Keep it in the center.
Don't get your hopes up too high, but
Don't bring them down too low.
don't expect nothing either.
What do you do for fun? This.
Yes.
Go to the movies. Go to Camelot. Go to Disneyland. Alright, well that's it.
Random shit.
Random shit, pretty much. Alright, bye, little mice. That's like a psychotic mice.